Hey, good Monday morning, everybody. It's your old buddy Shep coming to you from a pretty toasty recording studio here in the man cave. And this is your Monday morning moment. And you know what? I want to jump right in because today's topic is something that may make you a little uncomfortable, but I think we need to address it. And what I'm talking about is labels. And not the kind of labels you find that show you nutritional value, not the kind of labels that warn you that something's toxic. I'm talking about the labels that we human beings seem to feel such a deep need to apply to each other. I think you know what I'm talking about. And most times those labels are not necessarily positive and they do more harm than good. Okay, I think you would agree that lately labeling is of epidemic proportions in this country, and it's really, really nasty. So what's wrong with labeling? Well, the problem is that when you label people, what you're doing is you're pointing out what separates us, not what unites us. Okay, you're pointing out what makes us different, not what makes us better. And then when we get labels applied to ourselves, then we're compelled to try and defend against those labels. I mean, it's a negative downward spiral. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's everywhere, it seems like. So what's the deal? What's up with that? Why does that happen? Well, here's your very first gold nugget Bible verse of the day. I got two for you today. And it comes from John 8:7. And you guys know this story, but it's so cool. It's when Jesus was defending the adulteress to the Pharisees, and he goes, "If any one of you is without sin, let him be the first to cast a stone at her." Yeah, well, the point here, ladies and gentlemen, is that we're all sinners. Every single one of us, regardless of what we think, we're all sinners. And that's what drives us to do things like labeling people. We can't help it sometimes. So, okay, Shep, I'm a sinner. I agree. Okay, what do I do? Well, this brings us to the next Bible verse, another gold nugget Bible verse for you. It comes from 1 Samuel 16:7. And you've probably heard this one also. And it says, the Lord does not look at the things man looks at. Man looks at outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Okay, so right there's your guide. Start looking at people's hearts, not at their outward appearance. But I got to tell you, because we're all sinners, go back to John 8:7, because we're all sinners, people are not ever going to stop looking at the wrong things. People are just not going to stop looking at outward appearances. And as much resolve as we may have not to do that, occasionally we are going to do that. So do you remember last week we talked about how life is about choices? Okay, well, here's a choice you can make. Okay? Do you embrace how this world seems to be determined to apply labels, or do you embrace how God labels us? What God labels us? Okay, well, think about this. If you look at the Bible, almost always when God refers to us, his creation, he does so in a loving way. Now, there are times when we screw up as a people and he gets mad at us. Okay, that's all right. But in most times, it's a very loving way. So by far and away, the best label ever that negates every other label of this earth is the one that God gives us, and that's beloved. Yeah, beloved. I'll accept that label. How about you? All right, so I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to give you three things to consider that will hopefully help you be less of a labeler. I try. I use it every day. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes not. All right, number one, forgive those that label you. Oh, geez, that's so hard. But if you remember that you're beloved, if you embrace that, you can handle that. But you have to forgive people first. Always. Okay? All right, second thing. Refuse to be someone that labels others. Okay? Now, that's even more difficult. But, you know, when you think about the fact that God labels us his beloved, that means the people you want to label, well, God loves them every bit as much as he loves you. They're beloved also. And when you put it in that context, it's kind of like, how can I do that? How can I label someone negatively when God loves them too, just as much as he loves me? You see, these are just little things you got to keep reminding yourself when you're tempted to want to label people. Okay, third thing, broken record, you've heard it before. You need to start each day with prayer and quiet devotional time. Okay, Shep, you've said that 8,000 times. Well, I've said it because it works. And it works because if you can start your day that way, then you get your heart and your mind in the right place. You will be less likely to do things like label people negatively. You just will. Okay? So finally, ladies and gentlemen, we're all looking for validation of some sort, are we not? Choose to look at the one who loves you unconditionally, the one who calls you beloved. And that's just that simple. All right, I hope this is giving you a lot of things to think about. I know it's not easy. I'm a sinner. We all are. But if you look at the heart of a man, if you know that they're beloved just like you are, it'll help you. I promise. Right. I want everybody to have a great week. If you want to share this with folks, I hope that you will. People may benefit from this. I don't know. Please share. If you can share from Facebook, you can share from YouTube. Everything's there. So remember, if you bring out the best in other people, you're going to bring out the best in yourself, and that's a good thing. All right, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you next Monday.